Today we're going to talk about minimizing mistakes. Alright, first, you cashiers, you need to be asking all the questions necessary to make sure you know exactly what the customer wants. You need to know what size they want. You need to know if they want pecans or hot fudge on any of their sundaes. You really need to dial in on exactly what they're asking for. Most mistakes happen because the appropriate question wasn't asked to the cashier in the first place. You need to make sure you type it in properly and call it out properly. And you need to stop the fountain if they're in the process of making an order that's being canceled for some reason. Another way you window operators can be the fault of a mistake is if you're not handing treats out in a timely manner. If they're melted before they've been handed out and we can't use it, that's a mistake on you. So you need to make sure that you're paying close attention to when treats are available to hand out and excusing yourself from taking that next order and handing the treat out before it becomes too late. Also, you cashiers, you need to be paying attention that you're handing the right treat out to the right person. If we're running orders in the drive-thru and you hand the wrong treat out, that's a mistake. All right, now for you folks on the fountain. Everybody needs to be paying attention when the order is called back, not just the dipper. It's everyone's responsibility to know what the order is. So if something's being called back, you need to stop your side conversations and pay attention to the callback. Once the dipper hands you a treat, you need to know what it is. The dipper's probably telling you, but you need to be focused on what it actually is. Some mistakes happen just from carelessness. You know, you go to make a James Brown and instead of pumping in peanut butter, you pump in chocolate syrup. You just need to be really paying attention to what you're doing. You need to make quality treats. You might know exactly what it is you're supposed to be making, but if you don't make it properly and we have to remake it, that's a mistake. Everyone needs to be paying attention to what's being ordered because there's opportunities to reuse mistakes in another treat. So you need to be using the mistakes in a timely manner if they're going to be reused, but you have to be paying attention and looking for those opportunities at the same time. You cashiers, if you recognize an opportunity to reuse a mistake, there's a subtle way that you can let the fountain know to use the mistake for a treat. What you do is when you call it back, you should call it back in a cup. For instance, if you know there's an Oreo concrete underneath and someone orders a Tiger Streak, oh, perfect opportunity to use that Oreo concrete. You can call it back, I need a Tiger Streak in a cup, and then everybody knows what that means, but the customer is none the wiser because you don't want to use the one underneath. So you can subtly let the fountain know to use the mistake, and you fountain people only use it if it can still be used to make a quality treat. We don't want to be handing out subpar treats just to get rid of a mistake. So quality treats come first, using mistakes comes second. To make mistakes more easily reused, you can do some things, like if it's a sundae, you can scrape off the topping, and then you can use the custard as a base for a concrete that would have a similar topping. Like if you have an extra hot fudge sundae, you can dump the hot fudge out, you've got some custard with a little chocolate in it, so you can use that for a variety of concretes that have chocolate. You know, you can use it for a chocolate shake, a snow monster, a Tiger Streak, you name it, there's lots of options. So to recap, you window operators, you need to ask the appropriate questions, call it back properly, type it in properly. You found people need to be listening to the callbacks, listening to the dipper, paying attention to what you're making, and make a quality treat. And if for some reason a customer changes their mind and you end up with something underneath, look for opportunities to reuse it for a quality treat later. So remember, mistakes...
That's a wrap.
So remember, Mistakes are not mistakes until they're not used. Good luck.